Welcome. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. My name is Nada St. Germain, and I was introduced to this company over 30 years ago. I was stressed, I was tired, I was run down, I had allergies and digestive trouble and joint pain. I was working as a police officer in the city and just really struggled with my health. And I was in my 20s and I thought, what's going on? I was eating healthy, I was exercising. And then I was introduced to this company and I decided to give the products a try. They changed my life. I shared it with my family, my friends, especially my mom. And I have to say, looking back 30 years ago, I feel younger in my 50s than I did when I was in my 20s and 30s. And what I'm going to share with you tonight is just a little bit about the foundation what it takes to stay healthy, to get healthy, to fill the gaps that are missing in our diet. I think that's a real challenge and a real struggle for some of us. And, when you're looking at your diet, okay, you are what you eat, and that's a reality, right? 75% of all chronic diseases are preventable, okay? So you really got to look at what you're consuming on a regular basis. And, I'm not saying I never eat pizza, right? Or I never have a piece of cheesecake, but I have to say that it's your habits every single day. And I call that sometimes food, okay? Enjoying those foods sometime. In 2019, the Canadian Food Guide, they made an amazing change to their guide. And I really appreciated this because I understood the importance of eating more dark colored fruits and vegetables. So half your plate should be your dark colored fruits and veggies, a little bit of protein, a little bit of whole grain, and water should be your drink of choice. But this is a recent study that came out of Lancet. It was done in over 190 countries, okay? And they made a very powerful statement, and it's what we aren't eating that's actually killing us. And this again was a global study. They found that we weren't eating enough whole grains, low fruit, nuts and seeds, low omega-3, and low vegetables. Now, the area of the grains, this is what really drew me to Neolife, because I thought that buying whole grains, multi-grain, that I was getting all those critical nutrients in my diet. But let me tell you, back in the 1940s, people started getting sick, and doctors were saying that people were complaining, I'm so tired, right? And they didn't know how to help their patients. It took over 3 years of research with this one particular product. And what they found was that there were certain nutrients and that were missing, and their immune systems were failing. Their adrenal glands were weak. They had lack of some key nutrients that were removed from the wheat, which really caused havoc on the adrenal glands. And this was a hospital study. This wasn't a Neolife study. And this is what made sense to me, because I really thought that I was getting these grain oils in my diet, but I had adrenal gland exhaustion. So these two, this connection really made sense to me. And so many people are struggling with adrenal issues, okay? So this is really important. So, when you're looking at supplementing and trying to find these nutrients to fill the gap, it's hard to find. Now, lipids and sterols were added to these patients' diet that was done in this hospital study. And that's what they found was the missing link, okay? So these oils came from concentrated oils from rice, wheat, and soybeans, and it was added to a healthy diet that people were encouraged to eat. So again, these grain oils were not in the regular food. And, hormone production increased, sick patients got strong and well. Degenerative diseases gave way to restored energy and health. And this is how I felt when I started taking these grain oils from Neolife. They changed my life. And when I shared this with my family, what a difference. Even my sisters and my mom, we really started to feel better. So Wally Wimmer and his wife and Donald Pickett back in 1958 got a hold of this study that was done in this hospital, and they developed the first product that Neolife started back in 1958 that we're going to be talking a little bit more about, okay? And that was the birth of Neolife, okay, back in 1958. So whole grains, Tran. This is the product that was developed back in 1958 based on that hospital study, okay? So these are essential lipids in whole grains. What does essential mean? It means you need them. means your body can't make them. You need to get them from food. But guess what? Less gluten than a bowl of gluten-free cereal, again, developed from a hospital research study, and it helps with cellular energy and efficiency. Okay. But when you're supplementing, like, why would you trust Neolife? Like, who do you trust? Right? So many products on the market. And I watched my mom take supplements for years with no results. Okay. This is a study that was done between 2007 and 2016. They tested over 776 products marketed as dietary supplements that contained hidden active ingredients that are unsafe or unstudied. Okay. So Neolife is a name that you can trust. They've been around since 1958. They have a pharmaceutical license for manufacturing in over 50 countries, a pioneer in the industry, the most respected scientific research team. And these are the scientists. And I have to say, I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity of meeting Dr. First. Many of you heard John Miller speak just the other day at a retreat. So these scientists, they come to us and they help us and they educate us and they do presentations, but they work with the company. They don't just endorse the product. And many of the research has been published in several peer-reviewed journals, are affiliated with reputable organizations all over the world, like the New England Journal of Medicine, okay? And the reason why they use Neolife to do their studies and their products is because we're not just made of natural ingredients. We're made from whole food, and the company stays within the human food chain and non-GMO since 1958. Before GMO even started, they preserved the original seed stock. Okay, so all of our products are made from seeds that are not genetically modified. So let's talk about some of these products like Tran. And I'm going to have Shelley come on board now, because I know, Shelley, this is something, you know, when I met you many years ago, I think what drew you to the company. I know you got results with a particular product, but I think this story and this particular product has really made an impact to understanding the Neolife difference.
Yeah, absolutely, Nada. When I met you, I was actually looking for something because I was an athlete. I was running, I was cycling, I was curling, and I'd had my knee scoped when I was 20, and they were acting up in my 40s, and I didn't want to have to have surgery again. You introduced me to a product called the Full Motion. Within a month, I was back running and being active, and then I learned about the salmon oil, which we'll share a little bit more in a minute, as an anti-inflammatory, and I didn't have to wear my braces anymore after a few months. And then you're right, I started to learn about this product and those grain oils, and as a teacher, I had taught in health and nutrition for 30 years, and that wasn't part of the curriculum. So it really blew my mind what exactly grain oils were. And that's that green one there that Nada talked about is taken out of our food. Now, how do we get it back into our bodies? So that Tran N are the essential fatty acids, the phytolipids and sterols from whole grains, less gluten than a bowl of gluten-free cereal. And it was developed in the hospital research study that Nada was talking about before. And it just is so important because it promotes cellular health and efficiency. We need that in our body for the cells to work properly. And when we don't have it, our hormones are off, our energy is off. And this is why, if you look at the cell on the left, you can see how the cell, the malleable, is not as malleable on the outside. And so the nutrients can't get in to turn into nutrition for our body, and toxins get inside and it's harder for them to get out. So they feel clogged and sluggish. So if your cells are sluggish, we feel sluggish. Introduce the grain oil. Look at that lovely cell on the right where the nutrients are going right in to the middle, and the toxins are getting out. The membrane is nicely circular and malleable, so everything can get in. So important that our body is working better, and for brain and nerve function as well, not just hormones. But before the Tran N, like we want real food. We're not about just take a whole bunch of supplements. We're talking about having good diets and then filling the gap, okay? People and animals ate real food a long time ago. Things were grown locally, ripened naturally, harvested close to the time of eating, unprocessed, or preserved with natural fermentation, not chemicals. Grain was stored in its whole form until it was needed, and the ground was right before eating. It's not the way that it is now, being saturated, or magnesium being pulled out by chemicals such like Roundup, different things that are affecting our bodies. We're eating a lot of more processed food than we should. And
Yeah.
so how do we deal with this? Because
Actually, I was going to just quickly share, Shelley, when you shared with the grains and that they were ground right before
yes,
eating, right? And that's why they had such a short life. And I actually quickly added these slides because I found this quite fascinating. This is what they used to do to grind their wheat way back when, right? And now they've developed this, right? And I don't know how many people today do you know that actually buy whole wheat, non-GMO, and grind it to make their flour and breads? I don't think very many people.
oh, that's right. Because by grinding it this way, you actually can keep the oils and then use it, which is why great grandmother's bread was always so heavy. But now it's not, right? You know, it's milled out.
Mhm.
So that refining, so what's happened? They're milling and they remove the fiber, they remove the oils, and they remove 22 important nutrients as well. So what's left? The starch, which is your white flour, and the protein, which is gluten. So yeah, they've taken out so much of the important part, the germ, the endosperm, all these different areas. The outer layer is taken out. We need that as part of our body. We need that to help our cells. And a lot of the nutrients and the minerals are also taken out. They might put them back in, but they're a synthetic. It's not the original that is part of what a grain should be.
And I think that's what the word enriched means, right? When they
Yes,
enrich the flour, they add synthetic nutrients back in again, right?
absolutely. Absolutely. So how does the TRANN grain oils help us? Well, it helps us to get more nutrients into the cell. That's called nutrient utilization. That's also absorption. It helps to build up the adrenal function. That's what you talked about having adrenal fatigue, because that's that go, go, go kind of thing that happens with our body. The lipids and the sterols and the TRANN are building blocks for all hormones. So if our hormones are out of balance, mine certainly would, different things happen with our bodies. Our cycles don't work as well. Just we're not thinking as clearly as we could just with all the hormones. You get better function for every cell, more energy, because all the cells are working the way that they should, the way that I showed you in that other diagram where they're not clogged. Nutrients are actually getting in and toxins are getting out.
Yeah, and I think
That's
that's
in that pack, right, Nada?
absolutely. So that's the one. TRANN is the first little capsule that's in that vitality pack. So that is the greatest deficiency because it's not in our food, and this is something that's critical to supplement. And so that's why this is what I know when I started taking 30 years ago, what a difference it made in my health. And so the grain oils are something we can't get in our diet. We can get fruits and vegetables, but the challenge, I think you and I know, Shelley, is who eats 13 servings of dark colored fruits and vegetables every single day, right? I know I hit it some days, but man, not every day. It's a challenge. And I think most people would find it a challenge, especially our children and teenagers today. And, this product called carotenoid complex was proven to boost your immune system 37% in 20 days. More and more people are looking for ways to strengthen their immune system to protect their families. And it was presented at the New York Academy of Sciences. It was patented. And one of these capsules that's in that Pro Vitality is like consuming 80 pounds of dark colored fruits and vegetables in every box, just one of these capsules a day. So it's an amazing product. And again, proven to boost your immune system. Now, Shelley, I know this is one of my favorites and your favorites and my mom, because this is what really helped her with her aches and pains and fibromyalgia, and me with my knee pain, joint pain, and your joint pain as well. So maybe share a little bit why the Neolife Salmonella, what makes it so different.
Oh, for sure, because there's so many on the market right now, and I tried so many before I learned about the Neolife difference. And the biggest thing is there's 2 points that are the biggest. One, there are 8 omega-3s. And so if you look on the shelves, and you will notice that other companies will have 2 of them. EPA and DHA are the most popular. Great for the brain, great for the heart, but it's not an anti-inflammatory. So having all 8, the same way that if you ate wild fish, that will then be an anti-inflammatory for you. The second thing that's important is that Neolife tests for over 200 contaminants with a 0 tolerance, compared to testing for 5 to 8, which is the usual in the marketplace. So proven clinical trials have shown that by taking 3 a day for 8 weeks, your inflammatory index will go down 68%. And so this is important not only for the achy joints like I had, or the broken legs like I had, it's also important for the foundation of so many other diseases that we get. We need to be able to control inflammation.
Mhm.
It's also important for cardiovascular health, brain and central nervous system function, behavioral health and learning, immune health and healing, eye health and vision, maintaining flexible joints, cognitive health and aging. So important for the whole body just because it keeps inflammation down.
Mhm.
And extra special for pregnant moms and babies, for the baby's development, as well as preventing postpartum depression. So key, so key. And this is why it works. So on the left, once again, you see an inflamed cell. You see cells that have been attacked by stress, by overuse, by processed food. On the right, you have a cell that is protected from inflammation, or at least it's been reduced, because inflammation is the #1 enemy of our cells. So we really need to protect them. And like I had mentioned, here's the reasons: cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, neurological diseases, arthritis, autoimmune diseases, diabetes 2, pulmonary diseases, cancer. Are the leading chronic inflammation can lead to all of those. So really focus on decreasing your inflammation. The
Mhm.
fourth thing in the product, Nada, you want to
Yeah,
keep
absolutely.
the vitamins?
Yeah, so we've talked about the TRIMM, right? That's the one product, the carotenoids, and one of the salmon oil, the omega-3. And the fourth product that's in that little vitality pack is a multivitamin. So I know we like to call this like a Cadillac of multis. So it definitely is more than just a multi. And this little capsule has 21 micronutrients. And again, it just helps with the vitamin mineral bridge in that dietary gap, plus phytoenzymes for easy digestion. So again, just this completes that pack. So let's talk a little bit about kids now. So we've got the Pro Vitality for adults and teens, and now we've got a liquid vitamin for babies. We have chewable vitamins for kids, Vita Squares and Vita Guard, that are similar to that Vitality pack. And then there's our salmon oil that the kids can take as soon as they're ready to swallow, or you can squeeze it in anything. So this is so important. My kids have been on these products since they were babies, well, since conception, and my kids have never been on antibiotics. So these are the reasons why, because again, when you give the body the proper nutrients, you can really strengthen their immune system. And then when you add the protein shake, to this Vitality pack, one protein shake a day, this is what we call a breakfast pack. This is one of my favorite packs, and it just, again, just helps to fill the gap, because what do most people eat for breakfast, right? Kids, what do they eat for breakfast? Usually it's nothing. For adults, or coffee or a muffin or a bagel. And kids, it's a lot of sugary things, not enough protein. We need protein for so many functions in our body: blood sugar, energy. It's just a great way to start your morning. Great for the whole family. Tastes so good. I haven't gone a day without it in 30 years, other than when I do a detox. So this has been a lifesaver for my family, for my kids, sporting activities. It's just such a great thing, and it's delicious, and it's natural. It's complete protein. It's easy to digest, has a bit of fiber. It's great for diabetics. It has that glycemic control. So get your blood sugar in that glycemic control zone, all your vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. And again, nothing artificial, right? No gluten, no high fructose corn syrup, 90% lactose free, no GMO ingredients, no preservatives. And I tell you, it tastes really, really good. And there's a weight loss component as well. If you're looking at shedding a few pounds, that breakfast pack, just one shake a day, a lot of people get really good results with weight loss. If you're looking at a larger amount of weight to lose, then you can replace 2 meals with mini meals, a healthy dinner. We've had some great success with weight loss. This is Gabby. And what's really nice about Gabby, she's kept her weight off. This is 5 years later. And that's the key to a weight loss program, is managing your weight and staying healthy. And even Carlos, amazing story over 2 years. And I have to say, he's kept the weight off, okay, with no saggy skin. So that's what a healthy weight loss program will do, okay? We just launched a vegan protein as well. For those of you that are plant-based or vegan-based or don't want, soy or any dairy at all, this is an amazing product. We actually made pancakes today, Shelley, didn't we, with this amazing vegan product? Oh, it was so good. We made these little mini pancakes, and I put cinnamon and fresh strawberries, and it was a great snack. And I have to say, turned out fantastic. So I know you guys will be messaging us for that recipe. So it was fantastic. But it's just a great way to get complete protein, plant-based. I mean, it's a complete protein, plant-based protein. It has those healthy fats, very little sugar, easy to digest, vitamins and minerals, no GMO ingredients, all your vitamins and minerals. And I have to say, an incredible product. But before we go on, I would love to have Violet. Violet has an amazing story. So when I met Violet, she just wanted the Vitality Pack. And I'm going to share her journey because she told me she wanted nothing to do with shakes. Absolutely nothing, would not even consider trying the shake. So Violet, if you want to share your journey and why you cannot go a day without a shake now.
I know, right? Thank you, Nada. So my story goes this way. I started out with Pro Vitality, like Nada said, and I went into 3-day detox, which the 3rd day requires you to try the shakes. So of course, I have been not wanting to try the shakes and in denial, but with the 3-day detox, I did try the shake and I loved it. So everything changed from that day onwards because I have never taken any shakes before and I did not want to try Neolife, but I did and it worked well. So, well, I ordered the vanilla shake first and started to take, and it was amazing. I mean, I could just go on taking like 2 days in a row, like 4 times. And some days I just take for breakfast. Some days I take for lunch. And then, I have to confess that I have tried 3 times a day too. So the secret comes out. And so I started to feel better, like my blood sugars were regulating slowly, but now it's amazingly normal. And after about 8 months now, and also the digestive system, it's amazing. It regulates your digestive system. I used to have a lot of constipation and so forth, and I was struggling with that, and it just made such a big difference. So I'm glad I decided to go ahead and take it. And now I, try to tell a lot of people, and I travel a lot, and I have been using it. I take it with me, and it doesn't change the taste.
Yeah.
So, I just take it whenever I go away. And I use a lot of samples to give away, and I also use them for traveling. And it had helped me a lot. So that's my testimony.
Yes.
Thank you. Yep.
And you're glowing, Violet. You have the Neolife glow now. I can tell I know you're using the skincare, and that's why your skin looks great. But I think the protein also plays a really big role on
yes.
healthy
yes.
skin.
I mean, yeah, I got a lot of compliments. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So when you're looking at the products, I mean, we have a variety, and Shelley talked about the full motion helping with her joints, and we have products for digestion and gut health, and we've got calcium, especially now. We've got vitamin D that is made from plants, not sheep wool and lamb wool that most of the vitamin D is out there. It's plant-based, and it's such an important time for us to be supplementing with a product like vitamin D. And we do have an amazing organic sea-based skin line as well that gives you 90-day money-back guarantee. We have a Christmas special right now where if you buy this 3-step system, you get a rejuvenating cream, which is it's like this moisture just seeping into your skin. So if you're looking for an anti-aging line, amazing skincare. It's all natural, and it just again, cell renewal is what it gives you. And we also have some biodegradable cleaning products as well. So just to give you an idea, some of the other products that Neolife has. So for some of you that are looking at, trying the products, it's free to become a member of our wellness club. Okay, as a member, it's free. And you automatically get 15% off. When you go on auto ship, for example, that Vitality pack is a month's supply. The breakfast pack is a month's supply. Okay, when you register as a member, you get the wholesale price if you're on auto ship, and you get all your shipping back in 6 months. So they accumulate all your shipping and they give it back to you in loyalty points, and you can spend it on other products to try. So it's a really great way of earning your shipping back. And there's also a referral program, whereas if you refer 3 people to that health pack, yours is free every single month. You share with 3 friends, your breakfast pack is free. What a great way to get your supplements for free. I have many customers getting their either the Vitality pack or their breakfast pack free. So these are the health packs. You have your Vitality pack, your breakfast pack, your weight loss pack, depends on what pack you're looking at, but definitely the best place to start is your breakfast pack. There is a group called Neolife Healthy Living Community, and this is a Facebook group that we can invite you to if you're curious to learn a little bit more about the company and the products. This is where people post their stories and testimonials on the products. We have over 8,000 members now that are part of this group, and the stories in this group are so amazing. So this is just a great place to check out some of the powerful stories. And then there's one more option. If you or someone enjoys helping others like myself, I was really excited to help my family and my friends. Then I saw this as a way to generate income and build a business. After we're done this presentation, we're going to stop the recording, open up to questions, product questions, health questions, and then we'll come back to for those of you that are interested in learning a little bit more about the business opportunity. So again, most of you have come tonight to learn more about health and wellness and how to support your immune system. And again, if you're interested in the business, please join us a little bit later. We're only going to spend about maybe 5 to 7 minutes on the business. So I want to thank you so much for joining us, and I'll open it up to questions. A second here. Welcome again. We're back to our business presentation for those of you that are curious about the business. And I have to say that, when I first looked at Neolife over 30 years ago, I wasn't looking for business opportunity. I have to say that, being a police officer in the city, great income, security, stability, I was more focused on my health and along with my family. And most people that start the business with Neolife, they usually start because they just want to get healthy. Some people look at the business and join the business, but most people start looking at their health, start using the products. And once the Neolife products get into them, it's hard not to share. And that's what happened to me. Okay. And the company is on a mission to make the world a healthier and happier place. And it was founded again in 1958. We're over 62 years in business and in over 50 countries around the world. And at first, that 50 countries, I didn't get it until my business went international. And I met somebody in Toronto that knew somebody in France, and that signed up somebody in Trinidad and in the Philippines and in Mexico. And so you just never know. So you can actually build an international business and never go to those places. So just an incredible business opportunity. Oops, hang on a second. There we go. So a little bit about the business. So you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And I have to say that if I was to do this by myself, I would not have started my Neolife business. I started with my neighbor because she introduced me, and we were having fun together sharing. And the company does, you get started with the business kit, and the company does all the distribution. They supply all the literature and sales aids. They even sponsor some athletes. All the ordering is done online. They supply the IT, an amazing app where you can send information with the press of a button from your phone or from your computer. They give you your own personal website. They pay you and your team. They supply the product and do all the research and science behind the product. It's just you sharing. That's all it is sharing and truly having an impact. So, you do have to, we say we have 3 daily success habits, okay? Number 1, use the products. You got to use the product to believe in the product. Even if you start with something as simple as a breakfast pack, okay? Share the opportunity in the product. So when I started to do that, that's when I really saw an opportunity to generate a great part-time income. And something that comes with this business is personal development. I couldn't do presentations. I was sitting, in my little chair, listening and bringing guests to meetings. And I knew very little about the product, very little about the business, but I knew the products worked. So the personal development came as I started to build my Neolife business. So just a quick system, okay? How do I make an extra $1,000 to $1,200 a month? Well, you simply refer 3 club members and help them get their health pack free. So 3 people that you know that just want to try the products, they love the product, and now they want to get their products for free. So they introduce 3. Then you find 3 people like you, and you help them do the same. This is what we call a director model, where you start making about $1,000 to $1,200 a month part-time. Okay, there's a lot of people out there that are looking for an extra $500 a month. Okay, so this is just your basic director model. So where can you start a business for as little as $98 in Canada or $75 in the US? That's your initial start to build your business. Violet's smiling. Violet's from the US, so she's happy I put that $75 US up there. So you can join our cause to end the trend as a promoter and receive a free bottle of Train-Ins. You know those grain oils we talked about, those essential lipids? So when you join the business and you pay that fee, they give you a free bottle of Train-In grain concentrate that's valued at over $70. Okay, so it's really, where can you start a business for under $100? Okay, not too many places. And you get the same benefits as a club member, plus extra 500, 1,000, 5,000, 6-figure income if that's what you're looking for. And it's possible because it happened for me and my family. Okay. There's another incentive that I want to share with you. For those of you that are a little more, have a bigger picture and you see yourself earning a 6-figure income and you want to build a greater business, then we have another system where you can make a bigger investment, maybe around $800 approximately. And that's when you're investing in some product for you to try and for you to sell. When you sign up for the $75 or the $98 and then purchase some product, and it's a total investment of around $800, you unlock what we call a first order bonus. And that means when you start helping people get started with the product, they give you a little more money in the beginning to start. Okay, so you can generate income faster. Again, it's completely up to you. You can start for the 75 or 98, or look at the greater investment of around $800, just to give you an idea. So it's completely up to you. We will do whatever makes you comfortable and support you in your decision in whichever way you want to build your Neolife business. And that's what's really nice. We support you every step of the way. Online training, online support. We had an amazing retreat on the weekend. We learned so much about business building and setting goals, and a lot of tips to help you be successful. So we work together as a team on a continuous basis. So if you want to know more about the business, there's also a business page, a Facebook group that we can invite you to, where you can hear amazing stories, business stories with people that have had great success in the business. And I have to say, we have some great leaders that are even on the call this evening that have built incredible businesses that are even full-time in this industry. So you can always reach out to us and ask. And many of us are people on this group are in the story. You can actually see an interview, a live interview that's been recorded and published in this group. So you can see teachers and we've got pharmacists, and we have or remind me, guys, some of the other categories of people that share stories. We have chiropractor that shares a story. We have stay-at-home moms that share their story. So retired people that share their story. Shelley, can you think of anybody else that's sharing
a
their story?
barista and a mechanic?
Yes. So just people just sharing their business journey on how they develop their business and their background. So it's a great Facebook group where you can learn more and hear some pretty powerful stories and testimonials. So I want to thank you so much for sticking around and listening to this portion of the business. And if you have any questions, I will pause. I should stop the recording.